Good evening. I'm Margaret Brennan. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo could not have been more blunt. He said Iran was behind the attacks on 2 tankers today in the Gulf of Oman in the Middle East. One is in danger of sinking. The other may drift into Iranian waters. Tensions were already running high after similar attacks last month. Tonight, the U.S. military says it has no interest in engaging in a new conflict, but it is ready to defend U.S. interests. The gateway in that region passes through about a third of the world's crude oil. Our David Martin begins our coverage.
One tanker was hit by 3 explosions, which U.S. officials say were caused by mines planted by Iran. Its crew abandoned ship, and the vessel burned furiously for hours, sending up a plume of smoke that could be seen from space. The other was hit by 2 explosions. Its crew abandoned ship when it realized there was still one unexploded mine attached to the hull. The U.S. then watched and recorded an Iranian patrol boat coming alongside and removing the unexploded mine from the tanker's hull, in effect, making off with the evidence. That's one reason Secretary of State Pompeo laid the blame squarely on Iran.
It is the assessment of the United States government that the Islamic Republic of Iran is responsible for the attacks that occurred in the Gulf of Oman today.
The attacks came on the same day Japan's Prime Minister Abe was in Iran meeting with the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, in an effort to ease tensions, which have been building ever since the U.S. dispatched an aircraft carrier and B-52 bombers to the region in response to intelligence of imminent Iranian attacks.
The supreme leader's government then insulted Japan by attacking a Japanese oil tanker just outside of Iranian waters, threatening the lives of the entire crew, creating a maritime emergency.
The crew from one of the tankers was taken aboard a U.S. Navy warship. The 23 members of the other crew were taken aboard an Iranian naval vessel and are still in Iranian hands. One U.S. official said it's not clear if the crew was in fact rescued or is being detained as possible hostages against the threat of a U.S. military attack. But Margaret, just a short time ago, the U.S. Central Command, which controls operations in the Persian Gulf, put out the following statement: "We have no interest in engaging in a new conflict in the Middle East. We will defend our interests, but a war with Iran is not in our strategic interest, nor in the best interest of the international community." Margaret?
David Martin at the Pentagon.